Hello, my name is Reinhild Niebuhr. I'm the founder of the Young Africa Vision. Welcome to this episode, Young Africa Today. Today, I'm taking you through this interview all the way to Cameroon, where I'm interviewing a young graduate who is working in the field of civic engagement, especially encouraging young people in Cameroon to become active in civic engagement, with a special focus on creating environmental awareness. I hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to Young Africa Today, Ismael Kaigama. I'm very excited to interview you, my first interviewee from West Africa.
West Central Africa, yeah.
Yes, that's right. So I'm going to ask you to just introduce yourself to our viewers and just tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay, I'm Kagama Ismael. I'm Cameroonian. I'm living in Yaoundé. Yaoundé is the capital of the political capital of the country of Cameroon. And I am a holder of a master's degree in public law. I'm, studying at University in London. It's an online, study. And I am a youth panelist, and I'm a youth leader, a youth mentor, and I'm a climate change advocate. This is Kagama Ismael.
That sounds
And
very
I'm
interesting.
also an administrator. I've been administrating an association for about 5 years today.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did a lot,
Yes, no. I had a look at your profile on Facebook and I saw that you have been very active. And and I also joined one of your groups on LinkedIn.
I'm also the founder of PP UNIDF, Parlons Politique, Youth United for a Brighter Future. And the organization is about, some youth, some young people mobilizing, to incite their peers, to get involved in civic engagement and in political engagement too. And why? Just because in my country, young people are afraid of politics, of everything related to public affairs, and that's not good for us. We are not, developing. And I decided, to create a movement. I'm the founder of the movement, and we are about 200, young people doing it. Today, we are, conducting campaigns everywhere in the country to incite young people to show them how they can organize, how they should understand, community life, and how they can involve in developing their communities. So this is what we are doing. And civic engagement includes, protecting environment, fighting against climate change, or something like that. And this is what we are currently doing. We are conducting campaigns in some, local villages to meet indigenous people, to tell them to talk about climate change, and to tell them the role they should play in this fight. This is what we are doing currently.
That's fantastic. That really sounds like a very, very important movement that you are starting. And I really wish you all the best. But we'll talk a little bit more later about it. For now, I just wanted to say that I find it very interesting that you are focusing on the civic engagement for youth. Early in my career, I was appointed as the head of communications at one of our provincial legislatures, so the provincial parliament. And this was in 1995, so many years ago.
Okay, congratulations,
So So I was responsible for helping people to understand how the parliament works, how the provincial parliament works, the provincial legislature. In South Africa, we call our national parliament a parliament, and we call our provincial parliaments the provincial legislatures. And I'm sure you have similar structures in Cameroon.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Do you have provinces or do you have states?
Yeah, in French. You want it in French?
You can give it to me in French, we can translate it. Je peux parler français un peu?
In French, it's palais, parlement. Yeah, we call it parlement. Okay,
Parlement, yeah.
it's two chambers. Yeah, the first chamber is the National Assembly, and the second one is the Senate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is the country divided into provinces or is it divided into states?
It is divided into regions.
Regions, okay.
Yeah.
So
we have 10 regions. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have regional parliaments?
Not yet.
Okay. I like the sound of that. I like the promise in the word yet. Okay, so everything happens on a municipal level, so you have municipal councils?
Yeah, we do have municipal councils.
Would you say that there are many youth that are unemployed in Cameroon?
There's a huge problem about youth employment in Cameroon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because it's the same all over Africa. It's the same everywhere. Right. Yes. It makes me very excited because I believe that we can change the economy of Africa in 5 years if we find a way of helping these young people who are now economically not active to become economically active in the next 5 years. We can change the whole continent. And that is why I established Young Africa, because I want to share the knowledge that I have to help young people understand how they can build their life, how they can generate an income, how they can make money but learn to build a life and generate an income and forget about a job.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. So I designed a leadership and entrepreneurship program, which in short I call LEAP, which is jump. So it's about jumping out of poverty. And I am planning to work with partner organizations all across Africa to become satellite campuses of the Academy for a Young Africa, and to set up study groups for young people to take part in this course, in this training. And it's learning by doing. There's not a lot of theory. It's more about today you must do this, tomorrow you must do this, next day you must do this, so that you learn skills that build your self-confidence and your ability to change your life. And that is what I focus my attention on, because I realize that with technology we can reach millions now. It's very exciting. But youth must come together in groups, in study groups, to support each other and to also hold each other accountable. Because if you are studying on your own, it's easy to give up. But if you are part of a study group, your fellow students encourage you to not give up, to just keep going and to work together to build the community together. And the course is actually, I run it over 2 years at the moment, but I'm planning to extend it over 4 years. But it's not about studying and paying for studying. It's about, yes, you have to pay. You have to pay every month, pay a student fee every month, but it's not much. I teach young people how to make the money so everybody can afford to pay it themselves. They must get money from their mother or father or older brother or sister for the first month. But in that month, they will learn how to make money. And they must pay for themselves the next month. And it is the first 6 months is about personal leadership development. And it's about building the confidence and about learning to manage your attitude, your mind, your emotions, your relationships, and your money, and how to make money. And then the second semester, the 6 months, is about business leadership development. There, youth will learn how to do business using modern software. So they will do business, but they will also learn about software around running your business from your cell phone, from your mobile phone. And then the third one, and then the next year, the third semester, if people continue, is about community leadership development. So it's about how to create a vision for your community and how to work together to build the community that you want. And that is very much around civic engagement.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last semester is about global leadership development. That's also about civic engagement, because it's also about understanding how what you do has an impact on what happens globally. And what happens globally has an impact on your life, and to understand that. So I'm just explaining to you what I'm doing so that you know who is this person you are talking to. So that is really what I have established, and I would love to talk to you after our interview to see how can we collaborate. But let's go back to you.
Okay, welcome back.
So what do you think are the biggest challenges facing youth in Cameroon?
I think that you have already mentioned, the biggest challenge is that of is unemployment.
Yeah.
Unemployment.
Yeah. Yes, and I understand that everyone is looking for a job. They're looking for a job, but there are no jobs.
Yeah, they are looking for jobs, but there are no jobs for everyone. The government cannot, recruit everyone a decent job. So they are trained, they don't have jobs. And if you ask them, to get involved in civic engagement, there is a right motive. How do you want me to get involved if I don't even have what I can eat,
Yes,
to feed myself here? So it's difficult. How do you want me to protect the environment if I cannot protect myself?
Yeah.
How do it's
very
difficult.
important.
I have attended many UN, youth conferences. This is the same thing I've been telling them. Yeah, it's good, to do business, to incite young people to get involved in civic engagement. But there's something that you have to know. How would they do all that if they cannot? If they are not even able, to just, survive?
Yes. Well, I am so excited about having contact with you, because I believe that if we work together, we can change that. Because I can teach anyone. Doesn't matter if they were at school. Doesn't matter whether they speak English or French. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can teach anyone how to make money tomorrow.
I understand.
Because it's not as if, it's not a lot of money in the beginning, but once you learn how to make money, your brain starts sparking many ideas and you improve your ability to make money. But our brains are like our laptops, it's our computer. And we have to put in the right questions into our brain so that the brain starts thinking about a solution. If we tell ourselves, I'm worthless, I'm not worth anything because I don't have a job, the brain thinks, oh, so I can stop thinking. I can sleep now. I'm not needed. This person is worthless. So it's very important to change the mind and to put new questions into that brain. So then that brain starts sparking. There are many wealthy people in Africa who cannot read. So a lot of young people use the fact that their education has been bad as a reason why they must be poor and not successful for the rest of their life. It is a lie. I believe in God. I believe in God, and I know there is a devil. I don't like him. I want to chase him out of Africa. Because that devil loves people to think they are worth nothing.
If the devil out of Africa, where will he go? The devil, because the devil,
he can go into the ocean.
He
can go into the ocean. He can go.
All right, that would be a good place for him. Yeah.
I don't care if he's there. He can stay there until it's God's time to put him into the big hole.
Okay. I understand it.
You can also sit in Antarctica. You can sit in Antarctica. For now. Temporarily.
Okay.
But we don't want him. We don't want him where humans are.
Yeah, okay. I'll help you, chasing him out from Africa. So.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great. Anyway, let me just go back to, I know that sometimes, talking about politics can get problematic very quickly. And Young Africa as my instrument, Young Africa, I don't talk about party politics. But I do believe, like you, that it is extremely important for youth in Africa to understand that if they have a democratic vote, they must use it, number one. Number two, they must not expect so much from government. They must not wait for government. Do you agree with me?
Totally agree with you. Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you teach young people that they can do in civic engagement?
Participation in community development.
Okay. Like, for instance, what do you teach them?
For instance, we teach them how, first of all, to organize, to, get involved in an organization, a youth organization, first of all, how to identify the community's, problems, and how can they, be a solution? What is their path, to the solution that they think has to be put, to the problem, to resolve the problem. You can, take any, we can take an example, in environmental protection, for instance. You don't need, to have government to come into your community to tell you that no, you have to protect your environment. You don't have to, throw any wastes, in everywhere. You have to keep your place clean. You have, to sensitize, people on how they can protect the environment. And another thing is that you can, sensitize people, away people on their rights, women, girls, disabled people, how they can fight for their rights, how they can, participate in, democratic, election. It's important for them to do all that. This is what I understand by community development. And I am for a participative, democracy. I don't want democracy that includes only political parties. Yeah, no, we need to have citizens, involved in, talking about public issues, negotiating, making their voices heard, something like that. Yeah, no, always political parties who come to tell you, no, we will be doing this at your place. No, you just believe, in us. We will do everything. So don't move. Just stay where you are. We will do everything. But no,
Yes.
citizens have to take their, I mean, they have to get, they have to get in everything that, in everything related, to public issues, to public affairs. Yeah, this is what I understand by.
Okay, wonderful. I think we are completely on the same page. We completely agree on this matter because I also have to laugh. I had to laugh because our politicians also like telling people that they will do everything for them. And then all these empty promises make people they make people think that they have the right to wait for government. And the poor politicians cannot meet those promises because it is just not possible for a government to do that. So the important thing is really to understand that we as the people need to build a beautiful country. And the government is our employee. The government is our employee. We are paying the government.
We are paying some money.
Yes, or if we are not paying tax, we must ask the question, who's paying the government?
Yeah.
And then we must find out, where is government borrowing the money to pay itself? And then we must find out, who is willing to give a government money in exchange for what?
Yeah. You're saying it all.
So these are questions that our young people need to ask and need to understand. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to start a political revolution. I want to start an economic revolution.
But so economic revolution, as you are saying, depends on political stability, and if you want to do.
Yeah, I have come to the conclusion that we can't wait for political stability. And that much of the political instability is because of poverty. I actually believe, the Bible teaches that money is good, but the love of money is at the root of all evil. I believe that poverty is at the root of much evil. Poverty makes people desperate to do things that are evil because they have to survive in some way, and they don't understand that they're not alone. They're not supposed to do life alone. None of us is supposed to do life alone. We're supposed to do life with God. We're supposed to hold God's hand and walk through life. And then we are never alone. So we never have to be hopeless. So my training is also very much founded on what the Bible teaches, because the Bible is a very old book that has helped build strong civilizations. And I believe we need to use the knowledge that humans have used for thousands of years to build strong civilizations. I am sort of curious to understand, do many people in Cameroon believe in God?
I can tell you yes. If I refer to the late, U.S. Department survey, and there are a lot of Muslims, a lot of Christians, and few, non-believers. I don't know, those who do not believe, any God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about traditional faith system? Traditional faith system.
Traditional.
Yes.
Half of faith is faith.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of believing, asking ancestral spirits for guidance.
I understand. Yeah, traditional. Yeah. It's a bit complicated. Sometimes it's a mixing of everything.
Yes. Yes.
They are tied to the Christian, practices, and at the same time they are, tied to their roots.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Roots.
Yeah.
Roots. Yeah.
I also respect that people are at different levels of understanding. I had to decide in my life, and I think each one of us at some point in our life has to decide, what do we believe? What is our worldview? What is our worldview? Do we have a worldview where there is God? Or do we have a worldview where there is no God? And if we have a worldview that there is God, how do we connect to God? What is our worldview on connecting to God? Are we going to connect in this way or in this way or in that way? And I have chosen for myself to connect to God through the Bible. And the Bible is very clear about what you need to believe if you want to believe in the Bible. So you can't mix it with anything else. So you have to make a choice. If you want to believe in the Bible, then you must do what the Bible says. If you don't want to believe in the Bible, fine. Believe whatever, but don't mix things. There's a Bible verse that actually says that if you add one word to the Bible, you will be punished. So we don't want to add any false understandings outside if you believe in the Bible. But anyway, I thought I'll just mention that. I can see that our time is almost up for the interview, and I've spoken more than you.
No, I don't think so. We have we both have spoken at the same weight. I don't think that you have spoken too much than I'm doing. No.
Well, I just,
No, we are having a conversation. So
yes.
And you're explaining me so many things. I'm excited, to learn a lot about your experiences, about all those things you have been telling me. So
Yes, that's great. Well, I'm also very excited about meeting you. And I'm going to close this interview now because I only have usually about half an hour for these Young Africa Today shows. But I definitely want to talk to you immediately now after the show so that we can think about how are we going to work together. And then we can have a future interview again where we can tell people what we have done together. How does that sound like?
Good and exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ismael, thank you very much for your time. I'm very excited to find. Oh, I first had to ask you one last thing. Why are you speaking such a good English?
Because I'm living in a bilingual country. I'm meeting both English and French speakers.
Okay.
I'm studying abroad, online studies, and I've been, meeting American people, British, and today South African brave woman. So this is the reason why I'm improving my English. I'm not speaking; it's not so good, so perfect, but I'm doing my best to improve myself every day. Yeah.
Well, you sound fantastic. So you said that Cameroon is bilingual. So,
Yeah.
oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. So, it has two official languages. Or how many official?
Two official languages, English and French. And for your information, we are the only African country where people speak two official languages known as English and French.
Wow.
And the second in the world is Canada.
Wow.
So we are, only Canada and Cameroon do so.
Well, I think your country and the youth in your country have a very critical role because they can be a connector between the Francophone countries and the English-speaking Anglophone countries. So Cameroon is a very important country in terms of reaching out to young people in Francophone countries and in Anglophone countries. I'm just going to say goodbye, Ismael, and thank you, God, for introducing me to this lovely young man.
Okay, I also say many thanks to God for giving me the opportunity to meet you, to learn a lot about you, and I say a lot of thanks to you too for having me today. It's been a pleasure. I'm very honored for that, and I hope next time we'll be having another meeting to talk about more important things.
Thank you for watching this episode. I'm sure you will hear more about Kagama Ismael and my work as we start collaborating to find ways of how to create an opportunity for young people in Cameroon and how we can inspire young people in the Francophone and the Anglophone countries beyond the borders of Cameroon to become more conscious of their role as citizens of their country. See you in the next episode.